Welcome back to Rag Rugs by Erin. This is part 2 of how to crochet and make a rag rug out of sheet yarns in a half circle. This teaches you the formula. Part 1 we went over the tools in a little bit more detail, but this is going to be what a finished product would look like. We'll show you in part 3 how to finish this particular rug if you are unfamiliar with that. Here's another version of a half circle, so you can see they can be quite different. More detail in part 1 and the getting started of it. I'm actually going to just pull this to the side for just a second because I want to show you something. Part 1, we got it started. Okay, Mr. Camera, I'm going to show, if you can come in real close. This is the straight version here, the straight part of it. See how you can see it's starting to take shape. Here's the straightaway. In the straightaway, we're going to only do one single crochet in each stitch. On this curved areas, we're going to be adding extra single crochets into certain stitches. At the beginning, we did 2 single crochets all the way around the top, both times, and when we get to the corner we do 3 single crochets in each corner. We're going to continue to do that all the way through the rug, 3 single crochets. But now we're going to transition from 2 single crochets in each hole. Then we're going to have to start improvising just a little bit. But because we're improvising and there is no exact science, depending on how tight you stitch, I kind of like you to see how I do it, and then you can kind of test it yourself along the way. So let's put this away now, just now that you can see that we're, and I might need to move this so the cameraman can come in and get a good look here. Okay, so here we just finished 3 single crochets in this corner hole. Every corner hole you're going to continue throughout the rug to put 3 single crochets. Okay, here's your next hole or your next stitch. You're going to go right in there. Okay, let me show you this. Some people, if they're unfamiliar with crocheting or this, see how there's 2 pieces above here? This is where the stitch is that we're going into. Okay, don't grab it here, which I do when I make a circle rug. I do grab it there, the back stitch, and I like that look. But on this, I'm using the actual stitch and going in, and you have both of those on the top. So we're going to do a single crochet in the next stitch. We go in, we cross over, and we pull them both off. Okay, on this one we did it a little faster, but on episode 1 I actually went quite a bit slower, so please refer to episode 1 if you need a little bit slower version of what I'm going to be doing, but I'm going to be moving along a little faster now at this point. Okay, so here we did 1 single crochet in that stitch. Okay, here's your next stitch. Right, there's your nice hole to go into. We're probably going to put 2 single crochets into that hole, so we insert into the hole, grab the material, we have 2 pieces on there, cross it over and pull them both off. We're going to go back into this hole and do 2 single crochets in this hole because we're going to still be trying to add a little bit of a lift as we're coming around. This one had 1 single crochet and this one had 2 single crochets. This is not an exact formula. This is just a guideline. So we're going to find our next hole. Here's our next hole or our next stitch. And we're going to have to decide. We're going to do 1 stitch in there and see what we think. Do we going to do 1 or 2? So we go in and we do a single crochet. I think that's good enough in that one. But this one I'm definitely going to do 2 single crochets. See how there's kind of a bigger area here? We need to still be adding. So we're going to do 2 single crochets into the next stitch. You may adjust it just a little different. You may skip every other. You'll have to come up with your own little groove there. So there's 1 single crochet in that stitch. You're going to go back into that stitch and do another single crochet. Now see how now it's kind of leaning that way? So we don't have as far to travel. So I'm just going to do 1 single crochet in the next stitch. So far I've alternated back and forth. 1 single crochet and then 2 single crochets in the next stitch. That seems to be working for me. The bigger the arch gets, see that was 1 single crochet and another single crochet in the same hole. The bigger this arch gets, the less times you're going to add an extra single crochet in the same hole. See how that's coming over nice? It's leaning well. I don't have to really force it, so I'm just going to do another single crochet in that one hole. Now you can see, I think we're still okay. I'm going to go ahead and do 1 more single crochet in the next hole. So that time I didn't do. If you had done 2 single crochets, it wouldn't have been wrong. Now I'm going to add one, an extra one in the same hole. So here's the first single crochet in that one stitch and hole, and there's another one in the same hole, same stitch. Here we go. Here's your corner. So you have to kind of sometimes find the corners. You see how I've done that? You can see it's lining up there. Here's your corner. So like I've told you in the past, make sure that we do 3 single crochets in that same hole. 1, 2, and I'm moving along faster so we can get through this, and you can go back to the video 1 where I go quite a bit slower. Excuse me. Now we're on the straightaway here. See the straightaway? Only 1 single crochet. We don't want to do any extra crochets along this straightaway. Just 1 single crochet in each one. And that holds true for the whole rug. Anytime you're on a straightaway, when you do my oval rugs, you go to do the square rugs, the rectangle rugs, they have straightaways, and you're going to never add stitches along there. Only on the arches and the curves are where you're going to add the stitch. So in my other videos, I instruct you on that too. Some of them have more formulas, some of them have an exact way to do it. But so they all had a single crochet. We're approaching the corner. Okay, there's your corner right there. 3 single crochets in the same hole, 2, or the same stitch, 3. I'm using those words interchangeably. Okay, so now you got plenty there. We don't need to do 2 single crochets in the next hole. We're just going to do 1. Okay, see how it's coming hold? It's starting to look better. Straightaway arch. It's more obvious as it comes along. I'm still just going to do 1 single crochet in that next one. So we had 2 single crochets in each of the next stitches. I didn't put 2 stitches in the same one. I think we'll see how this one goes. There's a single crochet in this hole. And I'm still going to do, I'm close to that, I'm not going to add another second. So there was 3 single crochets in each one of those holes. I'm going to do another single crochet. You see I didn't have to add 2 crochets. Now see, this we're all close together. Now the arch is coming and I'm having to stretch it farther. So because I'm going to stretch it farther, this one I know I'm going to do 2 single crochets in there to keep it right. Now listen, if you make a decision and you didn't do it exactly my way, you can adjust the next time around. This isn't written in stone. See, now it's lining up really nice. So we're going to do back to 1 single crochet in that hole. You can't say, oh, I messed up in that one little spot. And guess what? If you have to pull out at the beginning 5 or 6 stitches, the world isn't going to end. You're just going to be better at it. Okay, we're going to just single crochets. And I haven't added any extra single crochets in the same hole yet, again. But look, see, we're coming back down. I don't like that. I'm going to go ahead and add 2 single crochets here in the same hole. So there's 1 and back in. So each time you come around, you'll have to add them less frequently because the arch will be easier to handle. Okay? Here is your next stitch. I'm not having to push it very far. 1 single crochet. We're just going to make it to the corner and end. Another single crochet. I feel like it's in good shape there. See, I feel like I'm pushing it. So trying to make it down there. So I'm going to do 2 single crochets in this hole. That may be the last time around this arch until we get to the corner that I have to do more than 1 single crochet in that corner. Okay? So here we go. Back in, single crochet, another single crochet just in each hole. See how I kind of have to find the hole sometime a little bit? There we go. And the next one's your corner. We're going to do, see, I had to feel it in there. You can feel it and see when you, and you're going to do 3 single crochets in this last hole here. So that's 2 single crochets, and 3 single crochets. See how it gets you around the corner. Now you've got your straightaway. So again, we're just going to do single crochets along your straightaway. When you get to this corner right here, here would be your corner, you're going to do 3 single crochets, and you're going to continue to arch up. Okay, so you can see that it's taking on shape very nicely. So this was part 2. Please subscribe to see some of my other videos. It makes it easier for you to find me on YouTube. And I have lots of other videos that teach you how to make sheet yarn, how to make no-sew sheet yarn, little tips to keeping your rug flat. So there's all things available. I even have a braid-in rug made with t-shirts. So please join me and subscribe if you're interested. And join me for part 3 if you need to see how to finish this rug. Thank you.